guys, what is up? This is Matthew Day. It's me once again. Welcome back to another game review. This is going to be part 2 of my review for Elden Ring. The reason why I'm doing a part 2 of this review is because I didn't beat the game when I did part 1 of my review, but last night I finally was able to finish the game, so, well, not fully finish. I mean, I still have some bosses I haven't beaten, but I have finished the final boss, so now I think because I managed to beat it, I should do a part 2. Because there are some things that I left out of my review that I feel like I should bring up. This isn't going to be as long as part 1 of my review because I'm just going to get through like the last few things that I forgot to mention. When I played the game, I was like 35 hours in, but I put in another 45 hours in, and now I played the game for nearly 80 hours. It takes like 42 hours to beat the main story, but yeah. One thing I forgot to mention is not only was this game created by Hidetaka Miyazaki, I'm sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, but he also partnered up with George R.R. Martin. If you don't know who George R.R. Martin is, he is the creator of big fantasy franchises, specifically Game of Thrones fame, and it's great to see him do a game with a very big company like From Software to make this epic fantasy RPG, because it definitely does feel like something that he would work on. The world and all that, it just looks absolutely outstanding. Another thing I forgot to mention is how much easier it is to summon people. Basically, all you need is a crafting kit, which is really easy to get. You just have to get it from this one church that you find near the beginning of the game. Then you need like 2 flowers that are really easy to get throughout your experience. Like, they're very, very common to find, especially during the opening, like the opening world. And you just craft it with 2 of these golden flowers that you get, and you just craft them, and you use them during a summoning pool, and there's going to be like these golden summoning signs that you can find that will allow you to summon other players who are also struggling or are willing to help you out. Though there are a lot of times when I was unable to summon people, which I found really weird because, I mean, the summoning signs right there, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't really make sense. I mean, my internet connection is great, okay, but I just don't know. But there are some times where you don't really need summoning. Also, I should point out that when you do summon someone, I know summoning is supposed to like make the game easier, but here's the thing. Sometimes, like, here's the thing. When you do fight up against bosses and stuff and you summon people, there are times where your strength is weaker against them, as if you're sharing some of your power with that other player. So it's easier but harder at the same time, at least in my experience. Also, there is definitely more than one ending. There's like 6 endings total. And if you want to get like all the endings, you're just gonna have to try your best with all the choices you make and all the quest lines you do, because there are so many quests to partake in. Like, there are big ones that you can partake in that will affect how the game will end. But once the game is over, there is still stuff you can do afterwards once you're done with the story before starting Journey 2, which is something that I was really thankful for, because Dark Souls 1 didn't have that, Bloodborne didn't have that, Demon Souls didn't have that, but that can be forgettable because that game is a bit shorter than all the other games combined. But right here, there is just so much content that I wanted to try and do before beating the story, just in case. There is still some stuff in the game that I haven't done yet. Like, there's this really, really tough secret boss that I've been trying to fight up against, but haven't really succeeded, and I can't summon either. So I'm just happy I was able to beat the story before I'm able to do like big other. I mean, I could have done it before I beaten the final boss. And the final boss, honestly, I died from once. There are honestly so many other bosses that I thought were way more difficult, and I died to so many more times than that. And I am happy you can summon people during it. But like I said before, there are big main story quests that you can do before if you want to get like a big secret ending. There was one that I tried getting. I was really satisfied with the ending that I got. I didn't want to get like that flame, forbidden flame ending that you got because that's basically the evil ending. But yeah. Also, ever since the game's launch, there have been multiple patches. There was this one patch that allows you to see or indicate certain NPCs that are on the map. Sam! Which is another thing I was really thankful for, and it's something that I found very useful. And other ones too that sort of helped out. Yeah, it really didn't matter to me. I mean, the game is still the same as it was, just with minor improvements. I mean, the game was already great before, but yeah. And there is, like I mentioned before, there are a lot of bosses, but a lot of them are the same, and I can understand why, because they're mostly part of, the side stuff that you do, or at least the mini dungeons that you do. I can see why they used most of the same bosses, because the big bosses are during the main game. And there are so many fantastic bosses in the main game, so they're basically saving the big bosses for the main game, and the bosses, the recurring bosses, are mostly just the same because they probably it's acceptable. But throughout my journey, I have just seen so many different worlds that I did not expect to come up against, and there are so many hidden areas to explore, like hidden, like big main areas that you do not want to miss. And it's just something that I just wanted to explore and just didn't want to stop exploring through. And this game, like I mentioned before, it has so much to offer. I feel like From Software definitely went all out here. In the end, guys, in the full end, Elden Ring is just as much as I was hoping for, okay? Nothing has changed here. All my thoughts are the same, and I felt like the game got a lot better once I was nearing the end game, or near close to the end of the game. It still has everything that I was hoping for, and the bosses and the world. It's I'm trying to best. I'm trying my best to think of stuff that I haven't mentioned in my first review, but I don't really feel like I need to say anymore. I mean, what more is to say? Go out and buy it. Go out and play it. It's everything that I want it to be, and it remains one of my favorite games of all time. And it's an easy pick for Game of the Year, though it's not even halfway through the year yet. But I think it's going to be really hard for another game to top it. And luckily, Breath of the Wild 2 is delayed, which is a shame, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy. That way, I don't really have to choose what my pick for Game of the Year is, because I think this is going to be a very easy choice. But if you haven't played it, definitely do. And my score remains the same as well. If you don't know what my score was, here it is. One of these days I'm gonna try, doing as much more as I can. I've gotten like half of the trophies. I'm at like 58%. I'm obviously not gonna get all of them on my first playthrough. I'm probably gonna have to do a second playthrough, but hey, that's okay. Elden Ring. What more can I say? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'll also be seeing Ambulance. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. We're out.